know you blind. Oh, wow. For me, what's up? Hey, welcome to SensualiTEA. This is Lyric, and this is my motherfucking show. And I just want to say, for all those who are watching, parental advisories are real. Because I feel like we got a lot of old people on this show, a lot of Christian folk on this show. So if you don't want to be on here, you don't want to hear something you don't want to hear? Nah, this is actually a good show. We talk about intimacy.
Yeah.
Boo, boring. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be fun. So today, I have one of my favorite people on my motherfucking show, Mr. I'm going to call you Mr. Retail Guy, okay?
Cool.
Because we have been in cahoots. We've been in cahoots for about 2 years, maybe 3. How long we been knowing each other?
It's been a minute.
It's been a little minute. And
about
you know
3,
what?
yeah.
Look at me rubbing up. It's how you know I'm gay. Look. I'm out of control. But yeah, we're gonna sip some tea. We're gonna talk to Retail Guy today. What's up?
What up?
So tell the folks a little bit about yourself that don't know who you are. Because if you don't know, like,
you should. So my name is Emmanuel Rucker, also known as Retail GAWD. I am that guy. I do a little bit of everything. I don't know what to focus on, but I know we're gonna get to everything that I do. But
yeah,
I'm me.
I know that's right. So how did you start evolving into Retail Guy? How did you go from Emmanuel Rucker to Retail Guy?
So most people don't know Retail GAWD. The GAWD part is an acronym, and it stands for Groomed and Well Dressed. So
wait a minute. Why didn't I know that?
It stands for Groomed and Well Dressed, GAWD. So that's what that stands for. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Can I get an oh wow from the people? You know, y'all can call in too.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So basically, back in 2014, I was really into like YouTube, like thrifting content, and like people just going in stores and finding different stuff. And I was like, I want to position myself to do that. So when I started working at Ross back in them times, I made a YouTube channel, and I started doing that. So that's where they came from, 2014.
I didn't know he was doing all this
2014,
shit.
yep. And I still have a YouTube channel.
That.
I still got it. It's Retail Guy on YouTube. It's all the old videos. You see me with an iPod Touch going in and recording shoes and clothes and stuff. And
so you always been into retail?
Always been into it.
Have you always been like a fashion type of person? Have you always been fly? Because I'm going to say this. Emmanuel. Retail God, Emmanuel got big dick energy. Every time he come in the room, he got big dick energy. Why? Because you always groomed and well dressed.
I'm trying. Yeah, see?
You feel me?
So I think that's part of why I started that is because in high school and like the beginning of college, I didn't like fashion. I was straight video games, like computers. And I don't know, I just didn't care. Like I felt like if people was gonna see me, they was gonna get what they was gonna get. And they still get that now, but I started to really like, what do I like? I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I'm not gonna follow the trend of like Jordans and whatever. So I found what I like.
Can we get an outfit? Can we get a style? Look at me. You feel me? You feel me? Manifest fire. He's flying. But yeah, I like that. I honestly didn't know that it stood for groomed and well dressed. Well, you said that you really didn't care about it in high school and college. When did you start to like change that around?
When I got some money. When I started working. It's really the real.
What was your first go-to?
I was wearing Converse a lot. So my Instagram name used to be Converse Footprints. So I do this thing where I focus on one specific brand, and at the time it was Converse. So I used to get all the Converse. I used to get the camo shorts. I don't know if you know.
Did you wear the Converse when they was dirty?
Yeah.
Or did you wear?
I wore them. I just wore them.
That's how you know.
So I used to wear like camouflage shorts, Converse long socks, and whatever up top. So that was my go-to. So yeah, it just evolved from there.
So what's your inspiration when it comes to like your outfits? Do you just come up with it yourself, or like what's your inspiration, or who do you look up to that's like fashion forward that you like?
I really just go off of what I feel. Like I'll focus on vibes. Like it was a time where I was dressed like suits and stuff. I know I used to work at film. So it was all suits and dressy stuff at one point, and then now I'm kind of on some chill, like matchy type vibe. So I don't know. I just wear what I want to wear. I don't know.
I will say you might be the only nigga I know that can dress like Jodeci today. You know, remember you came through in your silk shirt. It was silk and it was smooth and silky and Versace down.
Yeah.
And you came through. What party was that? I gotta think about what party it was. It was my birthday. Was it my birthday?
Probably.
It was the R&B. Was it the R&B?
Probably.
And you had a little silk shirt on, and you was coming through looking good. Yeah. Now I know that you are all about fashion and you are RetailGAWD, but who are some of your favorite people that you worked with in this process?
Of course you.
No.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Come on now. We gotta get that one out the way first. Of course you. I really enjoyed my time at the mall, like, and all the different stores that I worked in. And of course, I'm there for the discount because they don't pay nothing. But I don't know. I mean, everybody that I work with.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of people. A lot of people I've styled. A lot of people I've gotten inspiration from in the city. So I just kind of I really look at females, honestly. Females like that. Females that dress and wear like sneakers and stuff. I'll take my matching style from them and then I'll translate it into a male style. So
that's dope.
That's what I really do.
So you also was the first person to work with Beyonce. I know a lot of people don't know this, or a lot of people do know this, but when I started Beyonce, you was actually one of the first people, well, actually the first person that I brought on my team. How did we hook up? I don't even remember how we hooked up. Did I just inbox you one day?
I think I seen you out. I seen you out at the Vibe.
Yep, because you was always at the Vibe.
Then,
shout out to Sasha Renee.
Shout out to Sasha.
If y'all go to the Louisville Vibe, shout out to Sasha Renee. Yeah. I met you at the Vibe.
You met me at the Vibe, yeah. And then I didn't know that I was gonna meet you again online. So I think somebody just added me to the group, and I was just like, "This is my space. I'm gonna cut up in her a little bit."
Yeah, I love that you was in the Beyond the Shade. Do you think that being a part of Beyond the Shade helped you anyway, like grow as a person or grow as what are your thoughts on just being a part of the team from the inside looking out?
I think it allowed me to express myself in a different way that not a lot of people know me for. So, a lot of people some people take me too serious and some people take me too much as a joke. So I found balance. I was able to find balance and really make my mark. And now people really think they know me, and they do. They know a little something.
No, I don't feel like that because I feel like a lot. No, because I feel like I know you, and I feel like online you come off as very, 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 very funny. But I think people don't know that you're super smart. As far as a business, as coming from a business standpoint, you are so smart when it comes to business. Who did you learn all of that from, or did you just research it yourself? How did you get so business and marketing intelligent, I guess you can say?
I think I've always wanted to have a business, and I've always been the person to help other people and really platform them. And my audience knows that I'm a genuine person. So every job that I've worked at, people will flock to where I'm working and they'll support me. Even with the hats, if they don't necessarily wear hats, they'll still buy one just to support me and they, support my vision. So
speaking of hats,
that's really, that's really, yeah. Come on, RetailGAWD hat.
Speaking of hats, that's all I gotta say.
That's really it. And I just feel like I just study people. That's one of the things. I just study people. I like to know what people like. And I follow trends, but I don't follow trends at the same time. So
what's that mean?
So I'll pay attention to what's out there, and if something sticks, I think that's really longevity matters more than what's trendy. So
facts.
I try to see what sticks, and I'll go with it. So,
all right. What would your advice be to me from the outside looking in when it comes to just Beyond the Shade and where I started and where I came from, where you feel like I could go?
I think now it's become very tailored and specific to the audience that's there. So initially, of course, we throwing ideas at the wall and saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And of course, taking a lot of feedback from everybody. But I think now we know, here's the staple events. Here's what's going to sell out. Here's what's going to do what it's supposed to do. So that's keep doing what you're doing. That's really it. Keep doing what you're doing. I think realness lasts over everything else. So as long as you keep being yourself, keep being real, that's it.
All right, one more Beyond the Shade RetailGAWD question. Okay. What was your favorite Beyond the Shade event when you was with Beyond the Shade? Because he took a break. He took a break. And I want to know what your favorite event was with Beyond the Shade.
Greek night. Greek night. Greek night.
Tell them about why it was Greek night.
Karaoke that did not karaoke at all. We was just in there just partying, strolling.
Okay, well, since you're on the Greek, tell them a little bit about what you do with the drum line.
So I'm in Mu Phi Sigma National Percussion Fraternity Incorporated.
Say it one more time.
Mu Phi Sigma National Percussion Fraternity Incorporated. So we're a community-based organization. We're a nonprofit, and our values are mentorship, fellowship, and service. So we mentor the youth. We're looking to start a youth chapter here in the city.
I love that.
Of course, we fellowship. So we hang out, we go out, we bowl, we do all the things. And then service, we give back to the community. So that might look like a cleanup. That might look like a performance. That might look like just any one of those aspects. Like if you need us, if you know a kid that's in need, if you know a school that we need to pull up to, holler at us and we'll get it done. So.
And then you also did Juneteenth. We got like a quick little minute. Tell us about you doing Juneteenth.
So Juneteenth, that was a personal project of mine. That was big. This was the 5th annual Juneteenth festival. So I headed all the vendors. I made sure all the vendors were in their space. I took all their payments.
Biggest.
It was huge. It was huge. It was over 120 vendors.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was a long day.
I feel like we touched on a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like you do a little bit of everything. And I just want to say before we get into the sexy stuff on the next one and we talk about intimacy and lights, camera, action, because I don't know what I can say. But I just want to congratulate you for just seeing your growth and seeing how big of a person that you are in the community. Like that's major. Just seeing how much you have just come into your own. And not only are you doing like Juneteenth things, but you're doing the drum line, you're doing RetailGAWD, you're doing everything, and I'm just really, 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 really proud of you. But
thank you.
I had to take a moment to say that because look, don't let me get emotional because I know you're the shit. But on the next segment, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about sex, love, intimacy, and all things camera, lights, camera, action. Hey. We filming it all day, every day.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
I know you sublime. Murphy. Oh, wow.
And we back just like that, and we back. Okay, so my next subject that we're gonna be talking about is sex, love, relationships, intimacy. So for the people that don't know, what is your status?
So I'm married.
Hold on. We talking about STDs.
Oh no, yeah.
We talking about that. We talking about what's your status and what is your lifestyle choice.
So I'm married and dating. I think that's I'm married and dating. I'm married.
Married and dating.
We're dating. Let me put it like that. So
married and dating. Hold on. Okay. Let me go to. Okay, so you're married, but you're dating. So what exactly does married and dating mean?
I mean, it means that I don't want to put her business out there too much.
Share this live.
I'll just say, share this live. Definitely do that. We just like women. We just like women. We just married and dating. We just like women.
So y'all both like women.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me what intimacy is from a male perspective? What do you feel like intimacy is?
So from a male perspective, I think it takes a lot of communication. Like I know for me, I've had to learn to communicate in ways that's uncomfortable for me. Not only in a way of listening to what my woman wants, but like telling her what I want and not just expecting her to know it. And definitely like loving her and her love language versus
I like that.
Me saying, okay, this is what I want and I want you to tailor to me. Like I have to tailor to her as well. And then definitely one of the things I'm big on is like really thinking about that the person I'm with was an individual before they was with me. So like, even though we're together and we're one, she's still her own person and I'm still my own person. Mm-hmm. So I really have to learn like, okay, let me respect her how I want to respect me. So to me, that's intimacy. I know it sounds different than what a lot of people's answers would be, but I think that's really important.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my little bullet point so that y'all know I don't miss nothing. So intimacy in relationships is your close proximity to another person or group, emotionally, mentally, or physically. There are 5 different types of intimacy. You got emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, experiential intimacy, spiritual intimacy, and physical intimacy. A lot of times we don't, if you have all of these different types of intimacy, what it builds is trust, acceptance, honesty, safety, and compassion in your relationship. So I'm gonna give you a quick couple of tips on what you think that emotional intimacy would be. Emotional intimacy would be like how you connect with somebody emotionally, right? So y'all having conversations or whatever like that. Experimental would be like if y'all go on trips together. Intellectual would be like you teaching me something, I'm teaching you something. Spiritual, we all know what spiritual intimacy is. And then physical intimacy. Do you feel like with you being married that you have to have all of those things to work, or do you feel like some things are more important than the other?
I think that it depends on the timing of it. Of course, initially physical is going to be, highest. But you grow into the different ones, like spiritually, you grow into spirituality and, people find themselves. So that's another thing. It's like, you got to remember that just as you finding yourself and you changing, that person is changing as well. So
let's talk about that, honey, definitely. Because a lot of times people don't understand that you change. If I'm changing, if I feel like I changed, I'm not the same person last year as I was this year. So you have to continuously get to know your partner. Because if not, like the person that we growing apart, we're not growing together. So a lot of times we need to come back and be like, revisit, like, what's your favorite color? Because sometimes your favorite color might change. Right. Or what do you like? Do you like to be touched this way? You like to be touched that way? It could be different. Do you feel like men, do you think that men don't have intimacy in their relationship? Most men don't. And why do you feel like that?
I think that nowadays, I hate to sound like an old person, but like nowadays people focus on social media so much, they don't know themselves to even know how to be intimate with themselves. Because I feel like you have to be intimate with yourself as well. So like it's definitely lacking. I feel like there's a very plain version of what a relationship looks like. And I think that's something that people, because even men lack intimacy in friendships. That was one of my hurdles, was learning how to be an intimate friend with another male and be comfortable with that. So definitely.
I like that. Come on, speak on it. Yeah, speak on it. Especially like when it comes to different avenues. Like you can be spiritually intimate with your male friend because y'all connect on a spiritual level. Yeah. Or you can be even physically intimate with your male friends, like hugging them. Like I found out a lot of males really don't even hug each other. Yeah. Like if they friends don't even hug each other. Yeah. So like intimacy goes all the way across the board. Okay, so in what types of ways do you recommend to start a connection with your spouse when it comes to being married?
I think it's really getting rid of distractions. That's one big thing. Getting rid of distractions, really being grounded. I know I like to say grounded. So really being grounded in a relationship and figuring out like what's your ceiling and what's their ceiling, meaning what's the bare minimum that they need to feel fulfilled and what's the bare minimum you need to feel fulfilled from each other and just as an individual.
So like communicating.
Yeah, communication. That's really communication.
Speaking of distractions. Let's talk about these things.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, Lord.
Speaking of distractions, let's talk about the baby. You have beautiful babies. Thank you. But how do you keep the spark in the bedroom when you got these little motherfuckers running around?
It's almost a game of getting caught. Like I know that it's almost like let's hurry up and get it before we, it's almost what it is. It's really like I think it makes that time more precious for real, because it's like we get caught up in providing, we get caught up in, hey, we got to make sure they straight. When we do have that time, when we do have them babysitters, it's like this is the day.
So is it planned? Because a lot of people say they don't like it to be planned. But I know that I work mornings, and
Yeah.
I don't have babies, of course, yet, but I work mornings and my girlfriend works nights. So there's sometimes when people be like, you shouldn't plan sex, but sometimes you have to plan it.
You got to.
Like, do you feel like that takes the intimacy out when you plan sex?
Because you're not planning what's going to happen during the sex. You're just planning the time frame. The time frame and what's going to happen in the time frame is two different things. Because you can do a lot in 5 minutes and you can do a lot in 5 hours. So you can do a little bit in 5 hours for real. It'd be times where we'll get time to ourselves and we will literally watch TV and fall asleep. And that's cool.
So let's talk about lights, camera, action, because that's why I really came.
That's why y'all
So you record in the bedroom, from from a little bird told me you record. Have you always done that in your lifetime?
Kind of, yeah, unfortunately. And for me, it's just a kink it's one of my kinks. So like, I like to watch back and improve and really just.
Do y'all talk about it?
No. I'll send it to her. I'm not the type to just have it in my phone and be like, nah, I'm never send it. I know a lot of people's like it, like, oh, I'm a recording and this is mine. Nah, I'll send it to her, but we kind of watch it and it's pieces of it that I'll be like, okay, this is the moment right here that I like. So
do you trim it? Do you like?
I'll be trimming it down a little bit. I'll be trimming it down. I might throw a filter on there.
Okay, so with you being a person that likes to film in the bedroom, I don't know if this is a good question or not, but was your partner always okay? Or did y'all have to have the conversation? Well, of course y'all had a conversation, but like, did you have to convince, or was it always was you just lucky?
I think it's one of those things that when you in the moment, you don't. It's terrible that I'm about to say, but it's like you don't think about it until after. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like you're not thinking about it. You just like, yep, that's what it is. And then it's like, hey, let me show you something real quick. And I won't wait. I'll literally show it immediately after.
Yeah.
But it's just like you just moving, like you just flowing, and then you just might reach over and grab the phone and.
Come on, wifey. Come on, shout out to wifey.
But she's cool with it. It wasn't much convincing. Much convincing.
So you did say that you are married and dating. Mm-hmm. Do you bring the camera in with them or no?
I have before, but no.
Oh,
I have before.
Can we get an wow?
I have before. And that was a conversation. Like they were already doing that on their own. So it was like, you already doing this on your own. We already doing it on our own.
So being that you're married, do you feel like you have to have the person sign a non-disclosure?
I've been convinced, yes. But
I'm gonna listen. No, don't try to flip it. Don't try to flip it. Put it on me.
I would tell you. Look, go ahead. I'm gonna tell you. Tell him why it's yes.
Now he sat on her and said that he didn't want nobody to sign no non-disclosure. Now, all of a sudden he want people to sign non-disclosure. No, tell him.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a no. I'm gonna tell you why it's a no.
Tell him why it's a no.
I feel like by the time you've recorded, by the time you've had sex with this person, by the time you done courted or talked to or whatever you do to get to that point, I don't feel like you need to do that. Like you already deciding that you comfortable doing it with this person. So it's like would you make a regular partner sign an NDA? I wouldn't.
Me, I would. Now, in a world full of exposure, abso-fucking-lutely, because I'm taking you for all you got.
Okay.
I'm taking you for all you got because now it's like such a threat of like, people just want to expose you for whatever reason. I'm not doing all of it, bro. Like, I'm not doing all. I got too much to lose. I don't got time for this to be coming out and my booty hole to be on. Watch it out. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. So if you expose me, we're gonna be at 6th and Jefferson.
I feel like
and that's just that on that. Now, I don't give a fuck if you got $2 or $2,000, $200,000.
You know they got $2. You know they got $2. They all got. You know they got $2.
I ain't fucking no $2 hoe. I ain't fucking no $2 hoe. This is not Johnson List Cabaret. I'm not fucking no $2. I might.
If you let me record, I might.
If you let me record, I might fuck a $2 hoe. I just don't understand why. I mean, it would be very point blank simple. It would be a non-disclosure that says something on the lines of like, I blankety blank blank give consent to blankety blank blank to do blankety blank blank.
And that's fair.
Signature.
I would do that.
signature.
Yeah.
I just feel like in this day and age, it just has to be done. It's the same as asking for results. It's the same as doing all that. Like now in this day and age, they will put you on the shade room with the motherfucking quickness, lights, camera,
Action.
All right, with that, we're gonna be back with the oh wow of the week. Be sure you share this live. Be sure you come back and talk to us because it's lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
I know you love lies. Oh, wow.
And we're back with the oh wow of the week.
Week.
And if you've been under a rock, hold on. Here we go. Is it the video?
No, there's no video.
Oh, there's no video? Oh, we ain't got no video.
They know
All
the
right,
video.
you know the video. If you don't know the video, then you're tripping. So picture it, Sicily, Montgomery, 2023. So picture it, Montgomery, 2023. So apparently there was a boat that was in the way of another boat on the dock. So the black man on the boat dock who worked for the people said, hey, psst, you ain't supposed to be on the boat. You ain't supposed to be on the dock. So he done unhooked this little boat or whatever, and it done started floating out to sea. Next thing you know, all the white people came.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started jumping this man. And then next thing you know, hoo-hoo!
He put the hat signal. He put the hat signal in the air.
He threw the retail guy hat
He
up
threw
in
the
the air.
retail guy.
He threw the retail guy hat up in the air. He threw the retail guy
He did.
hat. If you want to know what hat
He
the
did.
man had on,
That's it. That's it.
he threw the
was
retail
the
guy
black one.
hat up
He
in the air, and then next thing you know, Wakanda forever. I want to know what your thoughts on this incident was. Do you feel like the black people were in the right, or do you feel? Matter of fact, we're gonna start from scratch. Do you feel like the man who worked on the dock should have unlatched their car,
Boat.
boat? Well, you know, not car. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Because he was doing his job. And if he didn't do his job and
Now
he
I
got
feel like
fired,
he should have.
I feel like he should have did it. I feel like he should have
should
set
have
him
set it
out.
out to sea.
It's a boat. It's supposed to be on
He
the
should
sea.
have set it out to sea.
It's a boat.
He should have told him. He'd be like, "Hey, y'all need to
Listen.
come back."
He was doing his job. If he would have got fired, they wouldn't have paid nothing for none of that. And he would have got fired. So
Yeah,
he did his
He should
job.
have untagged it.
Now, I don't know what he was saying. I wish I could have heard why he threw the hat in there. I don't know none of that.
Well, I
But-
feel like he threw the hat in there because the dude was like, "Hey, man," he was probably like, "You know what? I'm gonna fucking fuck you up."
And he
And
needed
then
to see.
he was like, "Oh, come on with it." Boom. Yeah, so I think that's what happened. But okay, so you think that
I think he
the
should've-
black dude was right in doing that?
Yeah.
Do you think that the white people was justified to jump him?
No.
Hell no.
No,
You better
'cause
not
we're-
say nah to put
No,
you right off of this thing.
It's first of all, he's doing his job. So it's one of those things where we've got a boat full of, I would imagine, tourists that's pulling in and ready to dock, and they supposed to be right here. So it's the same energy if I come tap you at the movies and I say, somebody's sitting right here. Like, I know you're gonna be mad, but I'm doing my job. How you choose to react to it?
Now,
that's
do
on
you think all the black people should have jumped in?
Nah, it was a little overkill.
No,
it was a little overkill.
What do you mean?
It was. I'm gonna tell you
What
why it
do
was a
you
little
mean? No,
overkill.
it was
I'm gonna
not
tell you why.
overkill.
I'm gonna tell you why. It was an unfair amount of. It was an unfair amount of black people.
No,
It was unfair.
no.
You know, it only take one of us to three of
on my
them.
show and say that it was an unfair amount of black
It
people.
was.
You
It
know what
was.
was unfair? The amount of white people that was beating his ass like
It
Black
was.
King.
It was. Okay.
was beating
it
him to
was.
death.
You're right.
They was beating him to death.
You right.
It was man, woman, child, and dog.
So you.
all of them.
So you would have swam to him. Is that what you telling? You would have got
I
in the
can't
water.
swim.
I
I
can't-
wouldn't have swam, but I would have jumped.
I would have jumped in there.
I would have jumped.
I would have jumped in there.
I would have got in the fight. Why not? Why
You're
not?
right.
And I feel like in this day and age, all people do is record, and that could have went a whole different way. Like they could have beat him to death out there if nobody stepped in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like I don't think it was overkill. Now I wouldn't want the little boy to jump in the water. Now it was a little.
So how you feel about the chair? Was the chair overkill?
The chair was little. The chair
made it viral.
The chair made it viral. Okay.
The chair made it. The chair made it viral.
Look, the chair. Okay.
That was my favorite part.
Look at the chair, huh?
That was my favorite part. The chair was my favorite part.
My favorite part was when he threw it, when they pushed her in that water. You know what my favorite part is when the lady in the blue was in the back.
Oh, let me back on. Let me slide on up out of here.
Let me slide on up out of here. They done came back. And my favorite part, me practicing next time somebody try me. Now listen. It is not a game. It is not a game. And I am using the word chair. Every time somebody say something smart, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Arizona incident. Yeah. The ArizonaTEA incident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes people just be needing to get their ass.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So do you think if that happened in Louisville that it would be the same thing?
It would be a whole lot of recording. It would be a whole lot.
You don't think nobody would step in?
No.
I don't think nobody would step in either.
Unfortunately.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I'm saying they think that they would start shooting. I feel like now, look, bonk.
It's sad, but they wouldn't. I don't think
Louisville people
they would probably think it's funny. Like
I seen the dude getting pistol whipped in that wheelchair. And they
that's terrible.
That's not right. They ain't jump in, but I feel like Louisville people be trying to mind their own business. I don't know, but when it comes to that, I feel like Louisville people would have jumped in.
He was doing his job, so I would have jumped in because he was doing his job.
Do you think it's fair for the people that jumped in to have gotten to get fired? Do you think they should get fired?
Like the white people that jumped in? Are you talking about the black folks?
Meanwhile,
no, the security. No, they shouldn't. No, because they're securing the dock.
Wait a minute.
They're doing their job. You stupid. They are securing.
Now, okay, now, Emmanuel, now that's just a little too far.
If my shirt say security, it's up. It's up. It's up.
It didn't say security. It said crew. Security.
Damn.
It said crew. Damn.
Well, they was being.
So what do you think should have happened? What did you think the white people thought was going to happen?
I don't know if they thought he was going to steal the boat or what. Like. They just seen somebody undocking. But I feel like he had to tell them before, like, hey, bruh, like, you can't park your boat right here. You know, they probably was like, God damn it, you know what, motherfucker, I'm going to park my goddamn boat. Where the fuck I want to park? This is my fucking country. And I'm going to park my motherfucking boat wherever I was at. They said they was jumping him rough. The black folks did right. Yep, right. They was. But it did.
No, you said it was
But listen
overkill.
What I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
You said it was overkill.
It didn't take much for us to overpower them. It took one of us to overpower three of them.
Not true.
You think it was
15 of us out there.
20, so you think 30. It was a fair fight?
It was fair.
We was whooping them.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, it was fair. That little boy was 16 years old.
How many chairs was in it? It was about 30 chairs in the video.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying. He was 16.
He was 16.
And he was whooping them.
He was 16 years old. And the fact that they had the audacity to hit him back, knowing that boy just got out the water, and he was tired.
He was swimming in jeans.
He was tired. You know what? My friend Vicky, you know what my friend Vicky said? They said, it's Vicky hollered that the ancestors was lifting him up and carrying him across. And carrying him across.
How mad do you have to be?
The ancestors was like this. And then they did him like this.
Pushed him on the dock.
And pushed him on the dock.
How mad you gotta be to swim in jeans and still have the energy?
Fuck that. How mad you gotta be to jump off the Bell of Louisville? Because I'm not jumping off the Bell.
I ain't jumping off the Bell. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take the steps.
My mama could get beat up over.
I'm gonna be like, hold up. Coming down them steps.
I'm gonna be like, pull this motherfucker over.
He jumped straight in the water.
He jumped straight in the water, and I'd have grabbed him. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I'd have jumped in Ohio.
You did what you supposed to do.
You'd have jumped in Ohio?
Nah, I'm not jumping in Ohio. No.
Even if it was somebody you know getting beat up over? You said, what would you do? Just look?
I'm gonna take him steps, and then I'm gonna get off
You
on
can't
the
get
ramp.
off if he was out in the water. You just gonna be like, hey, man, quit.
Hey, man, quit with the phone out. And that's exactly what they gonna do here. Hey, quit.
Listen,
Stop.
we have realized that during this whole process, first of all, don't put Emmanuel on the boat.
Don't
Number
put me
one.
on there.
Number
Don't put me
two,
on there.
no matter who you are, Emmanuel's gonna record. He ain't jumping in no water for you. You could have threw some. Look, you could have threw. I think the chair. Emmanuel said the chair was overkill. I cannot believe you on the white people's side, Emmanuel. It ain't no side. I shouldn't say that. It is a side. Pick a side and stay over there.
I ain't swimming in jeans. I know that. That's the moral of the story.
Why?
Jeans? Do you know how heavy jeans is when they get
That's
soaking
because he's the
wet?
retail guy.
That's why, because I don't want to mess up my jeans. That's crazy. That's what it is.
I don't. Who do you think that them thugs should have been arrested?
The white ones.
The thugs. It was only one set of thugs out there.
You're right.
It was the thugs. There's only one set of thugs out there. Do you think they should have been arrested?
Yeah.
After getting beat up like that?
Yeah.
Even
That wasn't enough. That wasn't good enough.
You know what?
They need to go ahead and get arrested.
Emmanuel,
because he was doing his job. He was doing his job.
He had to. Okay, the only thing I don't agree with is him letting the boat go afloat.
He repoed the boat. And they thought he was gonna steal the boat. What can you do with
They
a boat?
didn't think he was gonna steal
Boats
the boat.
belong in the water. So he was untying the boat.
Listen, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. The moral of the story is we don't trust nobody. But I want to know is if what length would you go if your people was getting jumped?
I'm gonna jump in until I start getting beat up, and then I'm gonna slide on up out of there. If I know somebody's recording and I ain't handling my business, then I'm gonna back out.
You know what one of my biggest fears is? Getting in a fight and being recorded and my titties being out on the shade room.
So
I would lose it. I would literally lose it. Like that's why I don't want to fight in this day and age, is because I don't want somebody to be, if somebody holler world star, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I think the moral of this whole story is have your phones out at all times so we can capture great moments like this, because I feel like our ancestors and our ancestors' ancestors and them ancestors' ancestors and Harriet Tubman and all of them are extremely happy about us and what we have done here today in Montgomery, Alabama. And I think that we all should go to Montgomery, Alabama and celebrate.
That's cool.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bring your chairs.
Okay, so when we come back on this next segment, we're going to talk about some of the fun questions that I have for RetailGAWD. And trust me, you don't want to miss these questions because I'm going to ask if you do something straight for a little piece of change. We'll be back.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
I know you love lying. Oh, wow.
Look, I told him I don't think they did enough. Hang them! Hang them! Off with their heads.
Off with their heads.
Okay, so now we're going to get into, y'all can call in too, and y'all voice is just going to be on here, right? Can they call in? Yeah, your voice is going to be on here, not who you are. So if you got something to say, you can call in and ask this question. Okay. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I think.
Damn, you ready yet quick? Okay.
ready.
Do you think women in poly relationships have it easier than men?
As far as the approach and starting it out, yes.
Why?
Because women are more comfortable with each other and expressing saying what they want and all of that. Like guys, our approach just ain't the same.
Look, squad, rocking their hands.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
Our approaches ain't the same. Like, I don't know.
What you mean? Like, how would you give me a little approach to you? How would you approach somebody y'all date?
How would I do it?
How would you do it?
Terribly.
Hey, baby.
Terribly.
Can I be your slave?
Terribly. I
must admit, girl, you the shit, girl, and I'm digging you like a grave. blues for Nina. And why I don't understand why you think it was easy for women, but I disagree.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. For a man to allow the woman to have dominance over that conversation shows that he's comfortable with falling back and taking the lead when he's supposed to.
Oh, wow.
So that's my answer to that.
Going. Okay. Let me think about another one. When in a marriage do you think people stay together these days, or do you think it's easier to just call it quits and say fuck it? Like, is it cheaper to keep her type of thing?
I think if there's kids involved, yeah. And I hate that. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do something, just do it. Like, it's better to show your kids a version of you that's happy than to just stay and not allow them to see like positive relationships. So even if it's with somebody else, I think that a positive relationship is better than just staying to just for the kids. I feel like you can provide for them.
I love that question. I love that answer. Okay, what would be your advice to those married in relationships that want to keep the spark and have lost it?
Try some shit.
Make
OnlyFans. Make OnlyFans. I can make an OnlyFans. I would. This is the part where I was supposed to plug mine, but I
didn't think we could talk about it.
I deleted it again.
What?
I be getting bored.
Okay, man used to have an OnlyFans. Look at me, man. Retail guy used to have an OnlyFans, and it was slapping. If y'all have a question, be sure that y'all ask the question or join in at any time. Ask question and join in. But yeah, okay. Okay. What is your advice to help people with relationship issues if they're married?
Talk to each other. Counseling for sure, which is something that I need to look into as well. I think counseling helps because this one. Would you say counseling individually or together? Both, all of it, individually and together, and it don't have to be with the same person. So you can get counseling with somebody else and then come together. I feel like it's important because even if you know your issues, to hear somebody else point it out, it's like, dang, they was able to pick up on that in one conversation. Something that took me years to figure out about myself. So. I love that. Definitely counseling. Okay. What would you say is your favorite sexual position? And why? I'm going to say it depends on the person. Boo! It does. I hate that. It does. I swear it does. I swear it does. I swear. So, for example, with my wife, I like when she's on top. Because she does that thing when she's on top. Ride it, cowgirl. I like it. Okay. I like it. I like that. Okay. Question of the night. Have you ever fucked for a buck? I ain't never fucked for the actual money. I fucked for some Wendy's before. I fucked for a video game before. I'm knocking all this shit over. I'm not doing this. I'm taking all your shit down. Wendy's, was it a 4 for 4 or was it a meal? It was the, what they got, the Baconator? It was a Baconator. It was a Baconator meal. It was a Baconator. It was the meal. The fries was large. The drink was large. How did it go down? I didn't say. Bro, no, bro. Listen, let me explain. We're not going to slide that. We're going to slide it in, and I'm going to tell you how the conversation went. I knew that she was going to buy me the food already. Like, it was a given, but I felt like what I had to give, I gave. And I gave what I had to give. For the bacon, what did you get? It was Baconator. Baconator and a large fry? And a large fry and a large drink. And this was before they had all the good lemonades and stuff. This was like, yeah, I had to. I am fucking weak. Now, I will say, I feel like everybody done did a little something straight for a little piece of change. Don't judge. Baconators are fire. They are. I will say that. That's like $15. Ain't it? That's like a $15 meal. That's a lie. I wasn't about to buy no large Baconator meal. So what is the most expensive thing you probably bought for? But that was probably the cheapest thing. I had said to somebody in it was like the high, one of them high price hotels, and I just knew I was gonna have to do it. And I had just met that person. But I didn't do it that night. I did it the next morning. Because of the hotel that you was in? Yeah. We just in the hotel. Yeah, it was a night. You can't put the hotel in. We was all the way at the top. You can't eat the hotel. I'm just saying.
No, it was nice. It was nice.
Saying.
We was all the way at the top. We had a little butler and everything. It was nice.
Okay.
It was nice.
Okay,
and I was like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to have to do something strange for a little piece of this change. But he was fine, honey.
Okay.
And I was excited about it.
Okay.
Okay, so what would you say is the most romantic thing someone can do for their partner?
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to their love language and love them in their love language. Because if you can think it's romantic to you and then do it, and then you're gonna be mad because they're like, "Oh, thanks."
Okay.
So
I love
you got to do what they want you to do.
I thought you was gonna say something like flowers.
No,
Give them flowers.
Somebody might not like flowers.
Give them flowers. Okay, so one last question before we get into your retail guide.
Mm-hmm.
What do you love most about your life right now?
My kids.
I love that. Aww. Okay, I just want to say that I love his kids too.
Yeah,
one of them is just phenomenal. Okay, so let's talk about Retail Guide.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about some of the things that you got here with us. Tell us a little bit about it.
So this is my first design. This is the first hat that I ever did. This is the first. I've literally been having this logo. We hold it up here. I've literally been having this logo since 2014. I bought
this too. He did not just give it to me.
I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but I knew I wanted to do something. So this is the logo that's on my YouTube channel. This is the logo that's on my Instagram. It's on my Xbox Live. It's on everything
that has to do with me. Used to be alive.
It was on my OnlyFans. So I was just like, what's something simple that I can do to make it to where everybody can have their own thing and it could be different. So I said, let me do hats and switch up the colors of the logo. So if you want a hat, you can do any color logo on the front. You can do rainbow, you can do black, you can do white, you can do metallic gold.
So you can actually like originally like do customize. Yep. That's the word I was looking for. Yep. Yeah, customize it.
And then as well, you can, if you wanted to like put your name on the side. I don't have any examples today, but if you want to put your name or your business name on the side, you can do that. I've put other logos on the hats, so fully customizable, whatever color arrangement that you want to do, you can do it. So that was my first design, and then what I have on my head and right here as well.
Can I show some of these other ones? Yes,
absolutely, for sure, yeah. Definitely.
Let me show some of these other ones.
This is my newest creation, my newest thought process, my newest thing is retail therapy. So I was really just trying to think of like, what's retail, what goes with retail, what do I like? And I like to shop and it makes me feel better. So I said retail therapy, and that's where this came from. So same thing. I have specific colors of hats, but you can do any color font that you want. If you want to put your name on the back, the side, if you want to put a different image on it, you can do that with these as well. And both of these are 20. And then if you want to add a name, it's extra $5. So 25.
That's it. Yeah, I just want to show y'all some of the colors. Yep. Look at these. Yep. Bing, bing. This one's fall.
So
this one's fall. Yeah. I might have fall. These is fall. Is there anything else that you're going to come out with? Are you just doing hats?
I'm going to do shirts. I'm going to do shirts with these retail therapy hats. I'm going to do shirts. I might do crop tops. I'm just going to do stuff. I'm just going to, whatever the people want, I'm going to do it. I have the ability to do it, so I'm going to do it.
And then where can they find you everywhere?
RetailGAWD on everything. RetailGAWD on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Everything.
Tell us one more time what it stands for.
So it stands for groomed and well dressed.
Groomed and well dressed. I am just.
You didn't even know that, did you?
I did not know that. Like that makes it even more like Retail Guide is dope, but that makes it even more dope. Like I feel like you should put Retail Guide, and then underneath you should put groomed and well dressed, like small print. Yeah. I feel like you should do it like that because I think that sells it even more because it's like, oh well, it's not just I'm not just no dude wearing, like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm groomed and well dressed. What you mean? Like I feel like that should be known. Like you should be saying that a lot more. So yeah, before we go, let me talk about a little bit of the stuff that we have coming up. I'm gonna try to get Retail Guide back on my team. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Beyond the Shade ain't the same without him. But yeah, Beyond the Shade got a couple of events coming up. We just had Hike and Scream, which I really enjoyed. I loved it. That was last Sunday, but we have karaoke this Friday is going to be at Stella's venue. You can also book Stella's venue with me as well, but it's going to be on the 11th, Friday, karaoke. It starts at 9. It is free, but I be taking donations. You know, I might have to shake my cup a little bit, get a little donation. A little $5 is recommended. We like the change, but we rather have the kind of foods. And then we also have plant and paint. Now, everybody talks about how I always do events for just adults. This event is actually for the kids. So it's very near and dear to my heart because y'all know I love to plant. I love plants. I love everything about it. So we want to get our kids' hands in the dirt. And then we also are going to allow them to paint a pot. The pot is a little pot, so it's not like a humongous pot, so you ain't got to be here all day. But I would like the kids, all kids are welcome, all kids of all ages, but to actually plant and paint the pot, I would like them to be 3 or 4 or older, just because, you know, it's a little bit harder to do like a little 1-year-old. But if you do want a 1-year-old to come, it's fine. That's going to be on August the 20th. It starts at 2 p.m. and it goes until 5. And then on that same day, we're going to have a kitten call. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. So if you've ever been to Tongue Tied, we are going to be seeing if we get some new kittens. Here, kitty. We're going to be auditioning. We're going to have some auditions for the kittens that's coming along on that. And then the next Tongue Tied is going to be September the 24th. So mark your calendars right now. September the 24th. Just show up. It's every other Sunday. So, yeah, I want to say pan out. Come on, man. I was going to say my little spiel, you know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you so much, Emmanuel, for coming through. Like, you know how much I love you, you know how much I appreciate you.
I've been waiting.
Because a little do y'all know that Emmanuel was the brains behind my creativity. You the one who helped me. You the one who let me bitch to you about my business all the time. You gave me strong advice. You helped build Beyond the Shade. And without you, I promise you Beyond the Shade would not even exist as long as it's been existing. And it would not be as great as long as it's been great. So yeah, I appreciate you so much. I wish you come back on the team. I wish you come back on the team.
I'm going to come back. I wish you come back. You got me on here saying, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back.
I wish you come back on the team. But thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I love your family. I love your kids. I love everything about you. So yeah, we family for life.
For life.
So thank y'all for watching Sensuality. It comes on every other Monday at 8 o'clock, and we will see you next time. RetailGAWD, get the hat.
Get the hat.
Get the hat.
Get the hat. Get the hat. Get the
Peace
hat.
out.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
I know you love lying. Oh, wow.